Hey everybody, how you doing? Steve coming at you. Hope you're having a great day. Look, I just wanted to touch base real quick. I know I should have made a quick mention of this live video. It's just kind of an impromptu thing, and it's based on something I watched earlier today. I want you guys to watch with me. I don't know if you saw or not, but Amber Heard actually spoke today for the first time in an interview, and let's just say she was just as not believable in that interview as she was um, she was in trial. She was a little bit more downplayed though, so I'll give her that. But what I wanted to do was, I watched it with Nate the lawyer. Nate is fantastic. If you have not subscribed to his channel, you definitely got to go subscribe to Nate. His channel is on point. And I watch a lot of the LawTube guys. As far as entertainment level, I say Nate's probably the most entertainment because he keeps it a whole buck. Nate's from New York, and he keeps it real, 100. And I like to watch his takes. I'm also a fan of Andrew, who's Legal Mindset. He's great entertainment. So is Joe on Good Logic. But I had to watch Nate today do the reaction to Amber's live interview, the live reaction rather to Amber's interview with NBC and Savannah Guthrie. I'm not going to play the whole. I'm not going to watch the whole thing with you guys. I'm just going to watch a few minutes of it with you. But Nate, bruh, I'm just going to let you know they are on point. And like I said, he's from New York. He keeps it real. there's some not so subtle language in this thing. I'm just warning you ahead of time, so if that's a problem, at least you know ahead of time. We're gonna watch Nate as he watches the Amber Heard interview, and there's some stuff in it. I just want you guys to see. It's hilarious. I was crying laughing. So let me go ahead and share my screen with you really quickly here. Get over to Nate. Where's my guy at? There he is. Alrighty. Okay. And let's go ahead and get started here. Hold on just a moment. What's going on here? There we go. There he is, Mr. Nate. Let's get you.
With Amber Heard.
Yeah, that's right. This is Amber Heard's first interview since that high-profile defamation trial and its stunning verdict largely in favor of her ex-husband, Johnny Depp. We spoke about what happened in that courtroom and how she feels.
Now, I do want to say largely in favor is like an understatement, right? She won. Johnny, I said she won. Johnny Depp won 6. I mean, he won 5 out of 6 claims.
Yes, he
so
did.
It wasn't like he just barely won. He was an out. It was a win no matter what.
That's right.
So
That's
I got to see how they spin this one. But yeah, Johnny won. It was she won 1 out of 6. That's not close. That's a blowout.
That's correct.
About all of it now.
It's been about more than a week since the verdict.
I do read the chat.
As you sit here,
I read my chats too, by the way. Just letting you know.
How could it? Surreal. And
she looks better in this interview than she did in court.
In part, yes. This has been a long time coming.
Do you stand by your testimony and your accusations against Johnny Depp about abuse?
Of course. To my dying day, will stand by every word of my testimony.
Even the fucking lies? Like, she's going to stand by every word of the testimony, even the lies. I pledged, but didn't donate, even though I told her, like, there was obvious lies. How can she be sitting there saying that she stands by? She should have said, hey, listen, I made some mistakes in my testimony, blah, 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 but I stand by every word. It's obvious you were lying, right? It just shows you our mentality's fucked up.
I told
we know
you.
She's lying. It was obvious.
The real-life drama of the defamation case between Amber Heard and her ex-husband, Johnny Depp, captivated millions of people around the world.
Amber Heard just got exposed.
Johnny, you hit me.
This is so cringe.
With clips spreading across social media like wildfire.
Those clips are good.
I think vast majority of this trial was played out on social media. I think that this trial is an example of that gone haywire, gone amok. And the jury is not immune to that.
You think the jury saw it?
How could they not? I think even...
Why do you keep throwing the jury under the bus, right? Every high-profile case, The jury takes an oath. We promised to not look at shit and do all this stuff. We're going to be good jurors. And now this shows you this woman is sick. Why throw the jury? Only thing she could have said is, hey, I disagree with the jury. But now she's blaming TikTok for her losing, and the jury's corrupt because they had to watch it. This shows you she cannot just admit, I'm a fucking liar and I got caught. That's all this was. You're a fucking liar and got caught. This video is probably demonetized already because I'm using the F word like crazy. But I'm sorry, people. This is crazy. This is crazy. She can take no personal responsibility for anything. What's wrong with you?
Oh,
And the
man.
most well-intentioned juror, it would have been impossible to avoid this.
People online
The most well-intentioned juror, it would have been impossible
Wow. Yeah.
for them to keep their oath.
Yeah, she was throwing the jury all the way under
Wow.
the bus.
and crowds outside the courthouse made it clear where they stood.
Every single day I passed for 3, 4, sometimes 6 blocks, city blocks lined with people holding signs.
She definitely
saying,
looks
"I'm the
better.
witch." Death to Amber. After 3.5 weeks, I took the stand and saw just a courtroom packed full of Captain Jack Sparrow fans who were vocal, energized.
Can you put into words how
Blame the jury. Blame the crowd. Blame
Yep.
TikTok.
Yep.
Blame the people outside. She's blaming. I've never seen this.
Yep.
Like who else you gonna? So now we got the jury. Then we got the people on TikTok and social media. Now we got the people outside the courtroom, right? She's blaming everybody. Like who else are you gonna blame for this loss, right? It's like this is unbelievable.
Yeah.
Everybody's to blame.
that felt?
This was the most humiliating and horrible thing I've ever been through.
Well, I believe that.
I've never felt more removed from my own humanity.
I believe that's true.
I felt less than human.
Let's go back to the day of the verdict.
Let's get
Were
some
you
real.
feeling confident?
She knew she was losing.
That's a great question.
She wasn't confident. She was
I
like,
wish
yeah,
I could say yes.
I got
to that.
caught lying. That's why.
I want to say yes to you, but
You want to lie?
I'm gonna keep it real. Nate is going off. That's my dude. Now here's the deal. So those of you who don't know, Nate's a fantastic lawyer. He's he's more left of center. Of course, I'm conservative, so we probably wouldn't see eye to eye necessarily politically, but he keeps it real when it comes to this case, especially, but in law in general, and in this case specifically. He's been all over this, and I'm telling you, I got the most entertainment out of watching this. So essentially, you guys are having a reaction to my reaction to Nate, and I hope you enjoy it because I'm having an awesome time right now. Please feel free to comment, like, share the video, get it out to whoever you want to get it out to. It's gonna be online later. Like I said, I'm not gonna make it too long. I just wanted to catch a little bit of the time because this is a live that he had. It's over an hour. I'm not going anywhere near that kind of time. But I wanted to catch the first part of the interview. You guys can see Nate. And we'll continue.
Want to lie to her?
it wouldn't be true. Even if you think that I'm lying,
Yeah.
you still couldn't look me in the eye and tell me that you think on social media there's been a fair representation.
I
Do
said
you
that yesterday.
find that
Yeah.
Mr. Depp has
You
proven
could,
all
easily.
the elements of defamation? Answer, yes.
See, she looks different right
After
there.
the 6-week trial, the jury found Heard defamed Depp in a 2018 Washington Post
I think that was her
op-ed
coke
in
body.
which she wrote she was a
Interesting.
public figure representing
A little thinner
domestic
there.
abuse. She never mentioned her ex-husband by name. Depp denied the abuse allegations in court. Heard won just one of 3 claims in her countersuit against her ex-husband. That verdict came less than 2 years after a judge ruled against Depp in a similar case in the UK, in which he sued a British newspaper that called him a wife beater.
There was another trial.
Oh my God. Here we go. So that's where they're going with this, right? She lost so understand what we just heard, right? It's the jury. It's the TikTokers. It's the social media people. It's the people standing outside for 3 or 4 blocks, right? Those people are who to blame. And on top of that, we had a trial in the UK. So remember, so they're going through all her talking points. Here's the UK trial piece. Let's hear what she's got to say. Oh, thanks for the generous super chat. My dog stepped on a bee. I'm going to get to the rest of your super chats too. Heard in audio evidence way before this went to trial. They are very telling.
It's
And
true.
I can't believe the mainstream media, social media, and women who are defending her. There is so much evidence of her guilt
That's
and
fact.
lies. Take accountability. Stop blaming others with the victim mentality.
That's facts.
Amen.
That's
My
facts.
dog stepped on a bee. Thank you.
That's
Because
facts.
her testimony here and this interview is stepping on a goddamn bee.
Handled it with the same, dealt with the same substantive issues that had even more evidence in. In fact, my evidence was largely kept out. Really important pieces of evidence kept out.
Listen. This is what Elaine said. Remember, when we get a clip of this, we're going to do exactly what Elaine said. She said exactly what Elaine said. So they're regurgitating these talking points. That's exactly what she's doing here.
Yep.
Done differently, handled differently.
Different
by
country.
A judge instead of a jury.
Some
Different
evidence
countries.
is admissible in a UK court that is not admissible in a US court.
Yes.
Do you think that maybe he just had better lawyers?
I will say his lawyers did certainly a better job of distracting the jury from the real issues.
For some people, they just were frankly disgusted by the whole thing and don't have much sympathy for either one of you. Can you understand that?
Absolutely. I would not blame the average person for
Amber
looking at
herpes.
this and how it's been covered. And
How it's been covered. It was covered pro Amber. Right?
Oh,
They were saying that he's an abuser.
right.
Now she's saying that the coverage hurt her. No, the coverage helped you. The mainstream media coverage. This coverage is helping you, Amber.
Yep.
not think that it is Hollywood brats at their worst.
No, that too.
What people don't understand is
What don't we understand?
it's actually so much bigger than that.
Yep.
This is not only about our First Amendment rights to speak.
But here's the thing about
Now we got First Amendment rights to speak, right? So she's going right through all the talking points, right? Now we're at First Amendment. Who is she fooling with this? Who is she fooling with this?
the First Amendment. The First Amendment protects free speech. It doesn't protect lies that amount to defamation.
Oh,
That's
so
bad.
Vanna hit her hard. That's the question. Your free speech doesn't protect lies and defamation. I want to see how she answers that question. Damn,
Oh.
Savannah hit her with a good one.
That was a good
That's
one.
the question I would have
That
asked.
was a good one.
And that was the issue in the case.
That was the
Yes,
issue in this case.
exactly. You can't go into the free speech does not protect you if you go
If
into
you're a
crowded
fucking liar.
theater and you scream fire.
No, if
Because
you're a
the
liar
concept of
and
free
defame
speech
people.
from the Greeks. My understanding of what that means is not just the freedom to speak. It's a freedom to speak truth to power.
Yes,
The truth
truth.
is the word.
Truth.
That
Truth
was
is
the
the word.
issue.
And that's all
Mhm.
I spoke.
Truth is a word.
And I spoke it to power and I paid the price.
No, you're
No.
a fucking liar. You're a liar. That was on the issue here. The issue is, are you telling the truth? And that's what Savannah's hitting you with. See,
Right.
defamation means it has to be false.
Right.
And you lied. And
Yep.
you got caught.
That's
Now,
bad.
continuing to say it's true is not helping your case.
That's
I
bad.
would have been more sympathetic if she said, well, I made mistakes, right?
Right.
But the fact that she's doubling down on it now shows she's still lying now, even
Yeah.
though we all know it. That's the scary part about this.
Yep.
We all know she's lying, and she's continuing to do so. This woman is sick, bro. This woman is sick.
That's facts.
In the closing arguments, the Depp lawyer called your testimony the performance of a lifetime and said you were acting. What do you say to that?
Says the lawyer for the man who convinced the world he had scissors for fingers.
Did she just say that? Did she just? I gotta rewind that shit. Hold on. We gotta listen to it again.
Oh man, that was awesome. That was
Did
awesome.
what was the? Let's go to the question. What was the
She
question
did say
again?
that day. She did.
Says
And said you were acting. Or said
All right, here we go.
called your
Oh.
testimony the performance of a lifetime
All right.
and said you were acting.
Uh-huh. Now, what's her
What do you say
response?
to
Listen to this shit.
says the lawyer for the man who convinced the world he had scissors for fingers.
Oh, that's beautiful. That's beautiful.
That was a movie. He's not Edward fucking Scissorhands. What the hell is he talking about?
Oh,
What?
I can't breathe.
This
Oh, I
bitch is
can't
crazy.
breathe.
This bitch is crazy.
Oh, that's hilarious. That's hilarious.
I'm the performer.
Yo, look at that long ass pause. Like she thinks she made some type of in-depth pause. Look at what's this
I
long
can't
ass
breathe.
pause. She thinks she made like this point that just like blew everybody away. That Savannah's like, what the fuck was that? What the fuck are you talking about? Watch this shit again. I hate laughing at her. What? This is crazy. Watch.
The lawyer
The lawyer, right?
for the man who convinced
Oh, I need
the
some
world
drink.
he had scissors for fingers.
Makes no sense.
I'm the performer. I had listened to weeks of testimony
Oh, that's awesome.
insinuating that, or saying quite directly
That's
that, I'm a terrible actress.
Yeah.
So I'm a bit confused how I could be both.
The Depp team argued that
Yeah,
you
you can be both.
were the abuser.
Well, just to be clear, Amber, you are a terrible actress. The jury was able to see you're a terrible actress, and that's why they didn't believe you, right? It's simple enough. We don't have to really
Right.
think about that one too hard. That's pretty simple.
How I could be both.
The Depp team argued that you were the abuser, that you instigated physical violence.
Yeah.
Did you?
I never had to instigate it. I responded to it. When you're living in violence and it becomes normal, as I testified to, you have to adapt.
You say you were responding, but there is evidence. There are tapes in which you acknowledge hitting. There are
Yeah.
This is why I like Savannah.
Yes.
Like, I give the media a whole bunch of crap, but she's not letting that shit go. She's like, yo, hold the F on. We got evidence. I'm calling BSM. We got evidence. And she's about to go to it. Hit her, Savannah. We got to give Savannah some props. She's not letting the BS go on. She's like, hold the F on. We got some evidence here. You can't just, I'm not going to let you spat off these lies. Come on, Savannah.
For real.
Hit us, Savannah.
Straight up. Get her. Good at it.
There is evidence. There are tapes in which you acknowledge hitting. There are tapes in which you say, I started the fight.
Straight up.
I know much has been made of these
The
audio
evidence.
tapes. They
The
were
evidence.
first leaked online after being edited. What you would hear in those clips are not evidence of what was happening. It was evidence.
So hold on. Now you see, this is how she lies, right? This is I think this part gives you an insight to the type of to the type of liar she is.
Yeah.
Let's listen to that one more time. I want you guys to listen to it. Listen to the question, and we're going to listen to the answer.
Tapes. They were
Acknowledge hitting. There are tapes in which you say, I started the fight.
I know much has been made of these audio tapes. They were
Okay, there are tapes.
first leaked online after being edited. What
So now they were first leaked online after being edited, but what was shown to the jury was the full context, right? The full audio tape. So what was leaked online, it may have been edited, but that's not what the jury saw. She
Right.
lost because the jury saw the tapes that the jury saw weren't edited. It was a full tape. So let's see if she acknowledges that.
Right.
you would hear in those clips are not evidence of what was happening. It was evidence of a negotiation of how to talk about that with your abuser.
You see?
What?
So she's trying to gaslight you. She's trying to say, well, the edited ones, and now she's talking about the edited ones, but the ones the jury heard weren't edited.
I didn't know what she was talking
So
about.
you see, she's trying to wrap
didn't
the
make any
lies in
sense.
some truth, and
Didn't
that's
make
how
any
she got
sense.
caught, right? That's how she got caught. Let's hear that way she answers this one.
But I am looking at a transcript that says, he says, you start this.
Now Savannah goes right back to the transcript because the transcript is not edited. She's talking about
Right.
edited videos, and Savannah's like, no, I'm not talking about edited videos.
Right.
Let's go to the transcript of what was shown in court because
Right.
that wasn't edited. You see how you catch a liar? She's trying to lie and say, oh, the edited videos didn't show everything. She's like, no, hold the fuck on. Let's go to the transcript. The transcripts weren't edited. These aren't edited videos that were shown in court.
That's right.
Savannah's doing a good job.
Your abuser.
But I am looking at a transcript that says, he says, you start physical fights, and you say, I did start a physical fight. I can't promise you I won't get physical again. I mean, this is in black and white. I
What you
understand
said.
context.
That you're testifying and you're just telling me today, I never started a physical fight, and here you are on tape saying you did.
Yeah.
That's how you call out a liar! That's how you call out a liar! Go ahead, Savannah. Woo!
Oh.
That's how you call out a liar.
Oh my God.
Savannah wasn't having it. She's like, no, stop the bullshit. Let me read this, and you know they were prepared for it. She's like, let me read this motherfucker to you. That's not what you said. That's not what the fuck you said. Let me read this shit. That's what you said. Now what the fuck you gonna say now? Why can't she stop lying? Why can't this woman stop fucking lying? I'm sorry. If you got kids watching, I'm gonna try to stop dropping the F-bombs. Why can't she stop lying?
Nate is hot. Nate is
This
hot.
is crazy. But Savannah's holding the feet to the fire. Savannah's holding the feet to the fire.
Oh
And
God,
you're
that was
telling me
hilarious.
today, I never started a physical fight, and here you
You're
are
lying
on tape
again.
saying you did.
As I testified on the
Yeah.
stand about this, is that when your life is at risk, not only will you take the blame for things that you shouldn't take the blame for, but when
This is
you're
the
in
reason
an
for
abusive
lying.
dynamic, psychologically, emotionally, and physically, you don't have the resources that, say, you or I do with the luxury of saying, hey, this is black and white, because it's anything but when you're living in it.
But then there are other times, there's another tape where you're taunting him.
Oh, Savannah is coming hard.
Hey, I'm gonna be
I
real.
thought this was gonna be a puff piece,
That
but Savannah's like,
surprised
no,
me.
we're gonna go through it. We're gonna go through the evidence.
For real.
And every time you lie, we're gonna pick it up.
For real. I'm surprised at that.
This is getting good.
I
This
did
is getting
not
good. I'm
expect that.
hyped up for the next one tomorrow. This is good. Savannah's not letting her get through the BS. She's breaking it down. She's like, all right, we're gonna go through this, baby. You want to come here and try to spin the BS? I got you, but we're gonna go through this testimony.
And saying, oh, tell the world, Johnny Depp, I, a man, am the victim of domestic
That's
violence.
the one.
20-second clips or the transcripts of them
20-second clips
are
now.
not representative
Not transcripts
of
of them.
even the 2 hours or the 3 hours that those clips are excerpt from.
Could your side have just put the whole 3 hours in then?
Mm-hmm.
I'm not a lawyer. As I testified to, I was
I don't like
talking
the
in those
editing.
recordings.
I want to know
That's the interesting part.
what she
They could have
said
put 3 hours
before they cut
there.
out
They could have done
the
it.
answer, what she was
But they
continuing to say.
They did.
I wish they had done that.
And that's one thing that she just got her on, right? She kept saying, oh, it's only 10-second clips. Your lawyers could have put the whole thing in, but they didn't, right? They didn't. See, she's getting.
Hey, Christopher, you're right. She should just stop talking. I'm going to say this real quick and go with the video. I was going to wait till the end and say it because we're only going to do the Amber Heard portion of this and then I'm going to wrap it. But Amber, the smart thing for her to do, I think she's got the wrong PR people running the show. Because you're listening to her, you can tell that her and Elaine, I mean, she's doing the same talking points her lawyer, Elaine, was doing, last week. What Amber should have done is lay low for like the next 3-4 weeks and just start just putting out pictures of her with her daughter, especially around 4th of July, flags and all that kind of stuff, and just having fun, dress her up in a little U.S. flag, type deal, and get photos out of her with her daughter and not this stuff. Because she's just making it worse. But I think the issue is Amber cannot stand to not have the last word. She sent Elaine out there, and that was going to be part of the deal. Elaine is going to talk. And then Johnny's lawyers went out, right, to basically rebut what Elaine had been saying, and Camille and Ben Chu. And Amber's just, she cannot let somebody else have the last word. But I'm sure they paid her for this interview. This is exclusive, so that means she got paid. And bruh, Nate is eating her alive. I'm here for it. I'm loving it. So we're gonna continue.
Getting caught. She's getting caught. She's trying to spin it so much that she forgets that Savannah knows this is not her first rodeo.
Yep.
This is not her first rodeo.
Facts.
I'm not a lawyer. As I testified to, I was talking in those recordings as a person in extreme amount of emotional, psychological, and physical distress.
No, you were an abuser. You were talking as an abuser. Let's just be clear.
Extreme amount of emotional, psychological, and physical distress.
He
And
says
it
he
doesn't-
never hit you. Never. Is that a lie?
Yes, it is.
What about the witnesses who said they have
She just
seen
had a
you
defamation case, and she already
instigate
called Johnny a
physical
liar.
violence.
I've seen firsthand
What
how
about the
people
witnesses?
will file rank and support the person they depend on.
Did they all come in and lie in court?
I am not here to call any of
Savannah's hitting her hard. Because these are the questions I would have asked her. Everybody's lying. She said, what about all these other people? All these other witnesses? Did they come to the court and just straight up lie?
Right.
No, they didn't. They didn't, right? Now she's got to clean it up. So now I love what Savannah's doing. She hit her with the statements, right? You said this stuff. Oh, well, I got to clean it up. This is out of context. Well, you put in the context? Oh, well, I could have put in the context, but, I'm not a lawyer, so I don't know. Oh, but what about all the witnesses? Now, all the witnesses, now she's trying to clean that up. So
Right.
let's she cleans
Right.
up the fact that not only did she say she was abusing them, now we got all these witnesses. What's she going to say about all these witnesses? What do you guys think she's going to say about the witnesses? They're corrupt. I don't know.
how people will file rank and
They're
support
filing rank.
the person they depend on.
Did they all come in and lie in court?
I am not here to call any of his
The witnesses.
any name.
You better
I'm
not.
here to
You'd be up for another defamation
talk about
suit.
it from what it felt like for me as a person who sat there.
When I asked his lawyers, why do you think you won? And the answer I got was, because she never took responsibility for anything she did
This is a good
in
question.
the marriage.
Let's see.
I did do and say horrible, regrettable things throughout my relationship. I behaved in horrible, almost unrecognizable to myself ways. I have so much regret. I freely and openly and
Savannah don't believe
voluntarily
You can tell.
Wow.
talked
Nobody
about what I
believes it.
did. I talked about the horrible language. I talked about being pushed to the extent where I didn't even know the difference between, right and wrong. I will always continue to feel
Savannah done bought what
like
you
I
tell
was
us.
a part of this, like I was the other half of this relationship because
What is
I
she
was
saying? What are you
Yeah.
saying?
ugly and could be very beautiful. It was very, very toxic. We were awful to each other. I made a lot of
Now, I will say this, people. If she said that earlier, right, we were all, if that was the way she used in the trial, right, we were awful to each other. She may win, but that wasn't what she said. She said Johnny was the only bad one, and I'm an angel.
Right.
Now she's trying this again. She's trying to spin it.
Yep.
lot of mistakes. A lot of mistakes.
Yep.
But I've always told the truth.
Hurts lawyers.
A lot of mistakes, but I've always told the truth. It's so good to watch that. She couldn't get through this. She couldn't get through the 10 minutes without lying. This was insane. So let's just go over the people who are being blamed. First, the jury. The jury is a problem, right? Oh my God, the jury. They violated their oath. They watched TikTok. Okay, number one. So TikTok is done. Number two, well, she blamed the people outside, the people outside, the people in the courtroom she blamed. Who else did she blame? Johnny Depp's lawyers, Johnny Depp's fame. She blamed, I'm talking about, she blamed everybody. Then I said, well, did you do anything wrong? Well, we were both bad to each other. This woman, like, she really thinks people believe her. She really thinks people will believe her. Unbelievable. Unbelievable.
She believes it.
This woman is mentally ill, people. This woman is sick. This is crazy. And we got another hour of this? They got an hour of this? I don't know, bro. And you know what? I got to give Savannah Guthrie some credit. She did not let her stay with the BS. She
Right.
did not let her. She was challenging her.
Right.
Here's the transcript. This is what you said, right? You said this.
Yep.
You said this.
Yep.
So, that's where we're at now. You said this, and now you're trying to pretend like you didn't say this. Why is she trying to gaslight us? Like we didn't watch the trial. This is crazy. I want to go back to this one part, though,
Feel differently.
where she pulls out the
Right.
transcript.
Yes, it's that freedom to
Let me go
The
back to the
deaf
part.
lawyer said.
Hold on. I want to pull up the part when she pulls out
violence
the transcript.
of
Hold on.
and
Here it is.
I mean, this has been made of
Let's listen to this again because I like when she pulled out the transcript because she's lying so much that she's trying to pretend like we don't have any evidence of her lying. She's like, I went up there and told the truth. But when you pull out the transcript, it's obvious she's lying. She's even
Yep.
lying now. Why can't she stop?
Right.
These audio tapes, they were first leaked online after being
Throwing shade
edited.
on the audio
What
tapes.
you would hear in those clips are not evidence of what was happening. It was evidence of a negotiation of how to talk about that.
I don't even understand what that means.
Not evidence of what was happening. Evidence like me saying, "Yeah, I punched you in the face. Yeah, I started physical fights." Those were negotiations. Those. Like
That makes no sense.
Essentially she's trying to relitigate the case on today.
No sense.
Your abuser.
But I am looking at a transcript that says, he says, you start physical fights,
Straight up.
and you
What?
say, physical fight. I
Yes.
can't promise you I won't get
You
physical
admit it.
again. I mean, this is in black and white. I understand context. But you're testifying and you're just telling me today, I never
Savannah's
started
not
a
having
physical
it.
fight, and here you
Savannah
are on
knows
tape
she's lying.
saying you did.
As a
Boom, right? Boom. Any rational person would be like, well, sometimes I did, blah, 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 blah. Boom, right? We got it here in black and white. This is what the hell you said. Now let's see if her excuse convinces us anything.
it testified on the stand about this, is that when your life is at risk, not only will you take the blame for things that you shouldn't take the blame for, but when you're in an abusive dynamic, psychologically, emotionally, and physically, you don't have the resources that, say, you or I do with the luxury of saying, hey, this is black and white, because it
But now you see something? She just admitted that she has the resources that this doesn't apply. Like she built up that whole thing and it said, if you don't have the resources like you and I do, essentially saying that everything she said, the reason why this
Right.
doesn't make this, the reason why she's saying that we shouldn't trust the fact what she said on those tapes, she just literally just said, well, but I have the resources to overcome that.
Right.
So why
Right.
didn't you? Why didn't you overcome it?
Right.
Right? If this doesn't apply to you, why are you even telling us this story? Does this make any sense?
it's anything but when you're living in it.
But then there are other times, there's another tape where you're taunting him and
That'll
saying,
get there.
oh, tell the world, Johnny
Yep.
Depp.
Tell the
I,
world.
man, the victim of domestic violence.
Savannah nailed it with this.
20-second clips or the transcripts of them are not representative of even the 2 hours.
Now it's just
or
a
the 3
20-second
hours
clip,
that
right?
Those
Now it's-
clips are
It's
excerpts
a
from.
small little clip.
Could your side have just put the whole 3 hours in there?
Yes. Yes.
I'm not a
Straight up.
lawyer. As I
I'm not a
testified
lawyer.
on
If she
what
says something in between that, they
on those
cut
recordings.
that.
You
They
see,
cut that.
he's like, well, your side could have put the whole thing in, right?
Yep.
Well, now, hold on. Well, I'm not a lawyer now. But before you just said it was a 20-second clip. Now we said the lawyer, you could have put the whole thing in, but now you're saying, I'm not a lawyer, so I really don't know. What?
Right.
It's like a snake. She's twisting and turning, trying to keep the lie alive.
Yep.
Things that
Hey guys, that's really kind of all I wanted to share with you. Nate, I'm gonna watch this with him tomorrow. I'm probably gonna do a live tomorrow. I'll put something out about doing a live because I want to watch this just kind of straight up with Nate, because Nate pulls no punches. I'm telling you, Nate does not mess around. He really does not care what she is saying. But I wanted to watch this. And as I said before, guys, I'm going to kind of answer something. I got some folks in chat in here real quick. First of all, I'm going to give a shout out to those people in the chat. Thank you very much for joining. Christopher Cole, what's up, brother? Good to see you. Good to see you. Thanks for joining me. And thanks for, by the way, Christopher said he turned on his live notifications. Please also do that, guys, on your Facebook, or if you have not subscribed to my YouTube channel, subscribe and hit the notification bell. That way when I go live or do videos, you guys will get the notifications. I appreciate that, Chris. Thanks, bro. And yeah, she should not be Christopher Cole. I appreciate you, brother. Thanks for turning those on. Chris Cole also said she shouldn't give interviews. Bro, she can't help herself. She can't. I really, like I said earlier, I don't think she can handle someone else having the last word. If Elaine had gone out there and Johnny's team had not gone out there, she might not have, or she still might have, because she's getting paid. I mean, it's an exclusive interview. I'd love to know how much NBC paid her to do it. But yeah, she's got to have the last word because she knows how damaging this is. They know how damaging this is to the movement, at least so they think. I don't think it's damaging to the Me Too movement, because what happened was a liar got exposed. That's what happened. That's a good thing. That actually lends more credibility to the movement. That, you know, now they didn't call it the liars. It just so happened the liar happened to be a very rich man who could go to court and had receipts. And by receipts, I mean audio tape. He had medical records. He had photos of him getting abused. He had receipts, real photos, not the fake shit she made up, but real stuff. And it's sad that it took that, because I believe a regular guy would have had a much tougher time. And I don't think, but those audios that he just played, I think Johnny loses this thing, man. So Karen, thanks for joining. She said she's a narcissist and very, very delusional. So of course she's going to speak out her truth, thinking that of course people are going to listen to her bullshit nonsense and understand her and believe her. I think she really does believe her own shit. I really do. I think she does. Hey Jeff, hey, what's up, brother? How you doing? And Sour Grapes going on, big time, bro, big time. And let's see here, Kazumi, how you doing? She will not act in the movie. She makes money to do this guy. She's gonna have to. Some people are gonna pay her to go and do these so quote unquote exclusives. This might be her last shot though, so I hope NBC paid her well. I'm sure they flew her out on their own jet and everything. That was probably part of the negotiation, so she didn't have to pay for her own air travel and that kind of stuff. And yeah, right, Karen, Kazumi spot on. Probably paid a lot of money. I'm sure they did. I'm sure they paid a lot of money for this interview. Let's see here. I'm sure it all. Jeff says, there's so many other things going on in the world and you're wasting your time on this kind of stuff, guys, really. Josh, check it out. We understand there's other things going on in the world. We get it. This is entertaining. That's what this is. It's entertaining, and people want to know what's going on. See, I can't do anything about the gas prices. I didn't vote for the guy who did do something to destroy the gas prices and inflation and the economy, but then I digress. I can't do anything about that right now. What I can do is enjoy that somebody who lied on a man that she was abusing got caught. I can enjoy that. And so that's what we're all collectively doing together. So with that, this age night show versus what JD did after the UK Sun case. Well, yeah, that's it. Johnny he kept his head down. He kept his head down, and he sued her in court for the article that she wrote. First, he came out against the Sun because the Sun called him a wife beater. And what that tells you right there, the contrast, not just in how Johnny acted, Jeff and everyone else, but the fact that the UK trial is incredibly suspect. It was just a judge and no jury. The judge made the ruling. If you go back and you go do some research on that, the connections the judge has to the Sun newspaper through people that he knows that work for or connected to the Sun. The fact that Amber was not a party to that case, they're trying to conflate those things. They're trying to make some like, well, we won the Sun case, and the judge found him 12 or 14 charges they found him guilty of. But she was not a party to that case. She was a witness in that case, and she did not get to get cross-examined in that case. The judge basically took everything she said as gospel because she has something called pretty privilege. And for people who don't think that's a real thing, please understand in life, there is such a thing as pretty privilege. Pretty women and men get away with stuff that people who are not as attractive could not get away with. That's just how it is. And I think that worked for her for a long time. And like a lot of pretty people, especially women, make the mistake. As you get older, the wall gets closer, and you're only going to have that pretty privilege for so long. Most women don't seem to, especially most women like her, don't seem to get that. Most women get it. Women like her don't get it. And when that wall hits, it hits hard. and the pretty privilege you had in your 20s, might not necessarily have in your mid to late 30s and 40s. It's just how it works. And she got caught. That's just what happened. She's a skank. Michelle, she's a skank. I guess she just needs to dip the pen in the ink for a moment. Yo, she got paid, Michelle. That's what happened. She got paid for this. That's all it is. She needs the money. I hope she got paid well, because she's gonna need that money. She got paid Johnny. So now I did hear a rumor that Johnny's team, and this is based on the interview that they did on ABC News, especially with George Snuffleupagus. I can't stand none of these mainstream media people. They're all a bunch of liars. And but I'll get back to why this interview. What surprised me about this interview? Amber lying in the interview did not surprise me, but there was something that really did surprise me in the interview, and I'll get to that in a moment. But Johnny's team came out and they essentially alluded to the fact that they were trying to work out a deal, essentially, that I guess if she drops the appeal, they're willing to maybe forego the money that she owes them. Now, even Johnny drops his $10 million and she forgoes the appeal, I guarantee you Amber's gonna want the $2 million from him. Amber's gonna want that $2 million because she's gonna need that $2 million. And I'm willing to bet you Johnny would be willing to pay it. He might not even say, okay, I owe you 2, you owe me 10, 3. Let's just split the difference and call it even 8-3. I'm willing to bet you he's willing to go, I'll forego all of the 10-3. I'll give you the $2 million. You drop the appeal. I'll bet you that's the deal his team strikes with her. Let's see if she takes it. Let's see if she's smart enough to take it. But you just called him a liar in this interview. She said, they said, did he ever hit you? Did he lied? Savannah asked her. She said, yeah. So she still defended him after she just got called out for defamation in a trial 2 weeks ago. It's only been 2 weeks. That is crazy. That is crazy. But hey, what are you gonna do? So guys, I just want to get your thoughts on this. I appreciate those who joined me. Thank you. I'm gonna wrap this up. Like I said, I'm probably gonna go live tomorrow morning because Nate said he's doing this again. Nate was hilarious. I absolutely Nate's my guy. He keeps it real. He keeps it real. He keep it a whole 100, and I like that about him. So tomorrow morning we'll probably catch him on the other side and see. I like to get his reactions fresh and straight. For the second part of her interview, for those of you who don't know, Amber is doing. This is the first part of the NBC interview, and then there's a part 2, and then there's going to be an hour-long primetime special. So they paid her for this. They paid her for this. Now, to get to the thing before I wrap up that really surprised me was I was really surprised at how direct Savannah Guthrie and NBC News were with Amber during this trial. That surprised me because I did not expect that. I thought it was going to be kind of a puff piece, kind of her version of events as to what happened, and be a little bit softer with her. Savannah Guthrie, the interview is being harder on Amber than she was on Elaine, the lawyer who came out last week and started talking about how the jury was corrupt and the judge didn't give them what they needed and they suppressed evidence, all sort of bullshit. She's actually being tougher now. She's doing it in a very and not so confrontational way. So it's easier on the palate, not just for the viewers, but for Amber. But she's definitely nailing. Hey, no, look, I got the receipts. This is what you said. She's like holding up some paper. Let me get some paper here real quick. Let me get my printer paper here real quick. And she's like holding up. She got like paper. Like she's like, yo, I got the receipts right here. This is what you said right here. And now you said this. No, for real. Which was for real? Oh, I love it. I love it. But that's what happens when you lie. You get caught lying. This is the kind of stuff that happens. She just got caught lying. So I'm really surprised and pleasantly surprised at the fact that NBC News is keeping it real. And so we'll see. We'll see what the second part of the interview goes like. Might even watch that hour-long Josh. For those of you like, what's the Josh? Here's the deal. This is like watching a slow train wreck or a slow car wreck. It's not necessarily something you should look at, but you just can't take your eyes off of it, bro. That's what's going on here. If you guys tell me what you think, I'd love to hear your comments, concerns, whatever. You guys leave like the video. If you dislike it, give me a dislike. Either way, it's fine. Those on YouTube, like, comment, share the video, Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter. Appreciate y'all being here. Hope y'all have a great day and y'all take care.